quick note on the first reading. The section that says love is patient, love is kind. I copied that out of another reading, a different Bible, the Jerusalem Bible of 1966. This is the Bible that I am most familiar, that I most love. For these are the readings with which I grew up. These are the readings and the translation that I memorized and that I know best of all. Certain readings that I say in my head, this is the translation that I know. This will likely be the only reading that I ever replace, that one section. For the new translations, in my mind, are crap. But this one section, the love is patient, love is kind, love is never boastful. The newer versions use words that aren't meaningful to humans in daily life. So I put in the words that are used by us every day. We use words such as boastful, resentful, not getting pleasure out of other people's sins, and trust. So that is why I changed that. On to today's lesson. When creating something at the potter's wheel, the artist shows infinite patience and love by allowing the item to come to its own form before deciding that it isn't perfect and starting anew. This new start will have the same identical foundation, but with either a little bit more or a little bit less material this time, so as to reach perfection. Whatever the Creator made for this earth, it is exactly as He intended it to be. Each and every single creation is perfect in His eyes. Each creature walks, crawls, slithers, or lies exactly as He intended it to be. We screw up His creations to no small extent. But the creation at its birth, the wee small one, is exactly as He intended it. Perfect. If medical issues arise during birth, this is also part of His plan. His love for each of His creations is without measure. It is unconditional, and it is forever. It is irresistible and precious to observe. He loves all of the creatures He creates and brings forth onto the earth, but none more than humans, for we were chosen and blessed to be created in His own blessed image. It is from this overwhelming love that He feels that He created the maternal bond, using the specific hormones He has sprinkled into the brain of female mammals to cause them to want to tend a baby of their own species, and also to be able to nurse any other infant if they have given birth within that gestational cycle, causing them to be able to willing to adopt any orphaned babies of their own species or related species. A cat raising squirrels, or even small breed puppies, cows with a fawn or even a small moose, raccoons with a skunk or even a wolverine when it's small. And even a baby giraffe taken on by an okapi. Look it up. It's really a beautiful animal. With this depth of maternal love, with this merciful Creator, would you ever believe that any child would not be welcomed into any Christian country? That any child born of a human mother, loved unconditionally by the Creator, and accepted and loved by all as commanded by our Lord, love one another as I have loved you, should ever be denied sanctuary when she or he is in mortal danger? What country would deny refugees the right to land? What country would deny entry with the memory of the deaths of the thousands of Jews who were denied entry in 1929? The South and Central American refugees are eligible for asylum under every UN Refugee Resettlement Compact of the 20th and 21st century, only being denied because their countries are connected by land. If they had to swim instead of walk, they would be more acceptable to the Republicans of the United States and their far-right, racist supporters. Think Cuba and communism. But the Venezuelan refugees aren't accepted, though theirs is moderately a communist country now. And for them to walk, it's over 2,000 miles. Syrians and Yemeni children are dying by the hundreds every day due to starvation, though they are denied refugee status, because even though they would have to swim to get here, they might grow up to become terrorists in 10 to 20 years. But those who deny them fail to recognize that when you are one of the causes of death of thousands of their brothers and sisters and cousins due to bombings and starvation, this will inevitably create anger, hatred, and a foundation for radicalism, and create a pool for terrorists from which to recruit. The requirements of the Lord are easy. Give food, water, clothing, and shelter to all those who have lesser than you, and you have done this as if for Him. Deny it, and you have denied it as if to the Lord, and are condemned to Gehenna with the customary wailing and gnashing of teeth. Paraphrased from Matthew 25:31-46. It is not difficult to see who the angels will sort into the fire. Who are the goats, and who are the sheep? Who will be wailing and grinding and gnashing their teeth into the fiery furnace of Gehenna, not too distant in the future. Help those you can, so you will be among the sheep on the right, and not the goats on the left.